तेषान्निष्ठा तु का कृष्ण
तेषान्निष्ठा तु का कृष्ण
सत्त्वमाहो रजस्तमः
सत्त्वमाहो रजस्तमः
श्रीभगवानुवाच
श्रीभगवानुवाच
त्रिविधा भवति श्रद्धा
त्रिविधा भवति श्रद्धा
देहिनां सा स्वभावजा
देहिनां सा स्वभावजा
सात्विकी राजसी चैव
सात्विकी राजसी चैव
तामसी चेति तां शृणु
तामसी चेति तां शृणु
सत्त्वानुरूपा सर्वस्य
सत्त्वानुरूपा सर्वस्य
श्रद्धा भवति भारत
श्रद्धा भवति भारत
श्रद्धामयोऽयं पुरुषो
श्रद्धामयोऽयं पुरुषो
यो यच्छ्रद्धः स एव सः
यो यच्छ्रद्धः स एव सः
यजन्ते सात्विका देवान्
यजन्ते सात्विका देवान्
यक्षरक्षांसि राजसाः
यक्षरक्षांसि राजसाः
प्रेतान् भूतगणांश्चान्ये
प्रेतान् भूतगणांश्चान्ये
यजन्ते तामसा जनाः
यजन्ते तामसा जनाः
अशास्त्रविहितं घोरन्
अशास्त्रविहितं घोरन्
तप्यन्ते ये तपो जनाः
तप्यन्ते ये तपो जनाः
दम्भाहङ्कारसंयुक्ताः
दम्भाहङ्कारसंयुक्ताः
कामरागबलान्विताः
कामरागबलान्विताः
कर्षयन्तः शरीरस्थम्
कर्षयन्तः शरीरस्थम्
भूतग्राममचेतसः
भूतग्राममचेतसः
मां चैवान्तः शरीरस्थन्
मां चैवान्तः शरीरस्थन्
तान् विद्यासुरनिश्चयान्
तान् विद्यासुरनिश्चयान्
आहारस्त्वपि सर्वस्य
आहारस्त्वपि सर्वस्य
त्रिविधो भवति प्रियः
त्रिविधो भवति प्रियः
यज्ञस्तपस्तथा दानन्
यज्ञस्तपस्तथा दानन्
तेषां भेदमिमं शृणु
तेषां भेदमिमं शृणु
आयुः सत्त्वबलारोग्य
आयुः सत्त्वबलारोग्य
सुखप्रीतिविवर्धनाः
सुखप्रीतिविवर्धनाः
रस्या स्निग्धा स्थिरा हृद्या
रस्या स्निग्धा स्थिरा हृद्या
आहाराः सात्विकप्रियाः
आहाराः सात्विकप्रियाः
कट्वं ललवणात्युष्ण
कट्वं ललवणात्युष्ण
तीक्ष्णरूक्षविदाहिनः
तीक्ष्णरूक्षविदाहिनः
आहारा राजसस्येष्टा
आहारा राजसस्येष्टा
दुःखशोकामयप्रदाः
दुःखशोकामयप्रदाः
यातयामं गतरसं
यातयामङ्गतरसं
पूतिपर्युषितं च यत्
पूतिपर्युषितं च यत्
उच्छिष्टमपि चामेध्यम्
उच्छिष्टमपि चामेध्यम्
भोजनं तामसप्रियम्
भोजनं तामसप्रियम्
अफलाकाङ्क्षिभिर्यज्ञो
अफलाकाङ्क्षिभिर्यज्ञो
विधिदृष्टो य युज्यते
विधिदृष्टो य युज्यते
यष्टव्यमेवेति मनस्
यष्टव्यमेवेति मनः
समाधाय स सात्विकः
समाधाय स सात्विकः
अभिसन्धाय तु फलम्
अभिसन्धाय तु फलम्
दम्भार्थमपि चैव यत्
दम्भार्थमपि चैव यत्
युज्यते भरतश्रेष्ठ
युज्यते भरतश्रेष्ठ
तञ्यज्ञं विद्धि राजसम्
तञ्यज्ञं विद्धि राजसम्
विधिहीनमसृष्टान्नम्
विधिहीनमसृष्टान्नम्
मन्त्रहीनमदक्षिणम्
मन्त्रहीनमदक्षिणम्
श्रद्धाविरहितं यज्ञन्
श्रद्धाविरहितं यज्ञन्
तामसं परिचक्षते
तामसं परिचक्षते
देवद्विजगुरुप्राज्ञ
देवद्विजगुरुप्राज्ञ
पूजनं शौचमार्जवम्
पूजनं शौचमार्जवम्
ब्रह्मचर्यमहिंसा च
ब्रह्मचर्यमहिंसा च
शारीरं तप उच्यते
शारीरं तप उच्यते
अनुद्वेगकरं वाक्यम्
अनुद्वेगकरं वाक्यम्
सत्यं प्रियहितं च यत्
सत्यं प्रियहितं च यत्
स्वाध्यायाभ्यसने चैव
स्वाध्यायाभ्यसने चैव
वाङ्मयं तप उच्यते
वाङ्मयं तप उच्यते
मनः प्रसादः सौम्यत्वम्
मनः प्रसादः सौम्यत्वम्
मौनमात्मविनिग्रहः
मौनमात्मविनिग्रहः
भावसंशुद्धिरित्येतत्
भावसंशुद्धिरित्येतत्
तपोमानसमुच्यते
तपोमानसमुच्यते
श्रद्धया परया तप्तन्
श्रद्धया परया तप्तन्
तपस्तत्त्रिविधं नरैः
तपस्तत्त्रिविधं नरैः
अफलाकाङ्क्षिभिर्युक्तैः
अफलाकाङ्क्षिभिर्युक्तैः
सात्विकं परिचक्षते
सात्विकं परिचक्षते
सत्कारमानपूजार्थं
सत्कारमानपूजार्थं
तपोदम्भेन चैव यत्
तपोदम्भेन चैव यत्
क्रियते तदिह प्रोक्तम्
क्रियते तदिह प्रोक्तम्
राजसञ्चलमध्रुवम्
राजसञ्चलमध्रुवम्
मूढग्राहेणात्मनो यत् श्री गुरुचरण सरोज रज निजमनु मुकुरु सुधारी वरनौ रघुवर विमल जसु जोदायकु फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूटहि बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा कीजय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरना मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय।
सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेवं व्रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्।
Jai Shri Krishna, everyone. A very warm welcome to all in the Vivechan session of chapter 17, the Shraddha Traya Vibhag Yog. In this yog, we get to know that faith is an inseparable part of human nature. And depending upon the mind of human being, it takes different colors like sattvik, Rajasik, or Tamasik. With divine and auspicious grace and blessings of Sri Krishna and Pujya Swami Ji Sri Govind Dev Giriji Maharaj, I invite now P. Gothami Ji for the starting prayer. P. Gothami Ji is from Karnataka. She is a housewife. Her hobbies are cooking and stitching. She joined GÍTÁ Pariwar in November 24. She has given seva as technical assistant in L1 and L2. She has also given seva as group coordinator in L1 and she is an L3 sadhak. A very warm welcome to P. Gothami. Jai Shri Krishna. Yes, you can start.
Jai Shri Krishna, everyone. Jai Shri Krishna, everyone. Vasudeva Sutan Devam Kaushachanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Shri Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you, P. Gothami Didi, for the beautiful melodious prayer. It is said that maid of the wisdom is keeper of the lamp of knowledge. The wise ruler governs by its light. The lamp of divinity, eternity, and enlightenment can guide us in the dark forest of ignorance, fear, and unrighteousness. Now I invite Dr. Ramesh Chaksota ji for diya lighting. He is from Thane, is an MBBS doctor. He joined GÍTÁ Pariwar since 2020, has given seva as technical assistant for L2, and he has also passed GÍTÁ Vichakshan exam. You're welcome, Dr. Ramesh Chaksota ji, for the diya light.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदां नुमः.
Thank you, Dr. Ramesh, for the beautiful diya lighting. It's just for everybody's wonderful information. The new batches are starting in April 2025, and the dates and everything will be shared in all the respective groups. Now the moment we have been waiting for has arrived. Let me introduce the main speaker of the day, who is none other than Kavita Verma Didi. She is a well-known speaker and trainer, and she is very talented. She is a program coordinator of the Learngeeta program. She is Geeta Vrati, Geeta Pravīṇa. She is disciple of Pujya Swami Govind Dev Giriji Maharaj. She can speak Geeta Shloka from Shlokank, that is by the number of the shlok, from a very young age. She has coveted the degree of Advait Vedanta Acharya from Chinmay Vishwavidyapeeth, Kochi. She has a lovely melodious voice. She is a poetess and she possesses all the qualities of a leader. So now I welcome Kavita Didi for the Vivechan session.
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवत् गीते भवद्वेषिणी भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी. Jai Shri Krishna. So now we are on 17th chapter. The name of the chapter is Shraddha Traya Vibhagyo. Last time we have seen the first part. Now we are on another part. So Shraddha Traya Vibhagyo, the name of the chapter means the three types of Shraddha. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagwan every time he has three categories: Sattvagun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. And everything according to Bhagavad Gita, na tadasti prithivyam va divideveshu va punah sattvam prakriti jain muktam yadebhi syat tribhir gunaihi. There is nothing on this earth or in the dewlok, even in the sky. There is nothing in the entire universe which is not made by these three gunas, or which is separated from these three gunas. So effect of these three gunas is everywhere. Now these three gunas are everywhere. Everything is even manifested by these three gunas or from the Prakriti. Prakriti is Trigunatmika, means it is having all these three gunas, and that is the Swaroop of Prakriti. So when we talk about Prakriti, what is Prakriti? So Prakriti is the cause of entire universe, and Prakriti is made up of three gunas: Sattvagun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. So if we have mud house, so the mud house is made up of soil. So now soil is everywhere in the mud house. Similarly, this entire universe is made up of Prakriti, and Prakriti is nothing but the three gunas. So everywhere in this universe, there are three gunas, even in our thoughts, even in our mind. Our mind is also Trigunatmika. Sometimes it is Sattvaguni, sometimes it is Rajoguni, and sometimes it is Tamoguni. So our mind and our thoughts, sometimes we think like a Sattvaguni person, everything like, so we are having the having the jigyasa for the knowledge. We want to gain more knowledge. That shows your Sattvaguna is on high proportional, and you are now the Sattvaguni person. Sometimes we become more attached with the things, with the worldly material. That means this time your Rajoguna is on high. And then sometimes it happens you feel very lazy. You don't want to wake up early in the morning, and many times in a day we can see as a Tamasik, we just bound into the Tamasik guna. So there are three gunas: Sattvagun, Rajogun, and Tamogun, and in every person these three gunas exist. There is nobody who can say I'm only the sattvik person. Nobody can say. Even today, even we have like Swamiji has said many times, he says, some people, like, he gives the example of car. So when there is a car, we need three things. One is light. If the car doesn't have a light, then it will not have the clear vision or the clear path. So light is also needed. Then the brake is also needed. Brake symbolize the inertia or the tamogun. So this tamogun is also needed. And then you have gear, you have to speed up your car, so that thing is also there. So everything is needed. Similarly, we as a human being, we need tamogun, otherwise we cannot sleep. So whenever we are going to sleep in the night, that time we are having tamogun. If tamogun is not there, then we cannot sleep. So sleeping is the manifestation of tamogun. Now goodness, whenever we wake up in the morning and we feel very fresh, we acquire for the knowledge, we are ready to gain more knowledge, that time our satogun is on high proportional. That is also needed. Then Rajogun is also needed. If you don't have Rajogun, then the entire thing, like this Learngeeta program, if you see, this is the pure sattvik work, but still you need Rajogun to run all the Zoom classes. We are having so many Zoom classes from morning till night. So we have to run all these Zoom classes. So we need Rajogun. So all three gunas are needed. So Bhagwan started the explaining these three gunas from 14th chapter. The name of the 14th chapter is Gunatraya Vibhag Yoga. He has explained what are these three gunas, Satogun, Rajogun, Tamogun. What are the characteristics of three gunas? Satogun stands for goodness, Rajogun stands for attachment, or if you are so much active, that means your Rajogun is on high proportional. Then Tamogun stands for inertia or laziness. So when Bhagwan, then he describes all these three gunas, the characteristics, and then he also tells how we can go beyond these three gunas and why it is needed. Because all three gunas are binding us with the samsara, and samsara is the dukkha. It is dukkhamayam. It everywhere in the samsara you have sorrows. Every morning you have new problem. So every morning it seems like every day we have to face new problem, we have new difficulties. So this is the life, and the life or the samsara is dukkha swarupam. So we have to go beyond to this samsara, because we are not meant to get this dukkha all the time, but we can have the stage according to Vedanta where we can get ultimate happiness or ultimate bliss. And to reach that stage, we have to go beyond to these three gunas, Satogun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. And that's why Bhagwan says, Guna netana tityatrin dehi deha samudbhavan janma mrityu jara dukkhair vimukto mritamashnute. The person who goes beyond three gunas, that person will not get sorrows, he will not have anxieties, he will not be bound with the samsara. Now he is free from the samsara, he can get the ultimate happiness. So Bhagwan has told about these three gunas. Then he tells about the gunatita lakshana also. Now in 16th chapter, when he concludes the 16th chapter, first he tells about the 26 devialities, and then divinalities and daivasur sampad vibhag yoga. So divinalities and then demonicalities. So he tells about these qualities, and then he tells you have to achieve or you have to gain more and more divinalities, and you have to avoid all these dambho, darpo, bhimanascha, krodha, parushyameva ajnanancha bhijatasya, partha sampadam asurim. All these asuri qualities you have to avoid. And in the end, when he concludes the chapter 16th, Daivasur Sampad Vibhag Yoga, he says, Tasmat Shastram Pramanante Karya Vyavasthitau Jnatva Shastra Vidhanuktam Karma Kartumiharhasi. What he says, Tasmat Shastram Pramanante. O Arjuna, for you, the Shastras are the Praman. The Shastras are the major evidence. So what to do or what to not do. So every time we have this confusion. Every time the situations comes, circumstances comes, when we have to decide what to do or what to avoid. Now we have two options. Now what should I choose? How we can decide? So Bhagwan says, you don't have all the mind, like you don't have that much intelligence maybe, but Shastras are having the proper guidance. So you can easily follow or directly follow the Shastras. Now the thing is, we have to decide everything what to do according to Shastras. Shastram is the Param Pramanam. But the question comes in everyone's mind, including me, you. If you go in deep, you will definitely have this question: how to know what is written in the Shastras? Because we are not the Shastragya. We haven't read any Shastra. We don't know the Shastra. Who will guide us? Now, if we want to read, then also everything we cannot understand. Sometimes it is not available to us. And if it is available, then it is not necessary that we understand each and everything, because the shastras are the science, the complete science of the life. It is not easy to understand. There are so many debates, derivations, how we understand. So Bhagavan says according to Guru. So Guru will guide us. That's why we should choose the Guru who knows the shastras. So Bhagavan says Guru will guide us. Now the next thing comes in 17th chapter. The question came in the end of the 16th chapter. Tasmat shastram pramanam te. Shastras are the pramana. So you have to follow the shastras. Now Arjuna is asking the same question. How we can know the shastras? And if we do not know the shastras, then ye shastra vidhimutsrajya vartate ka. Now the question arises here. Ye shastra vidhimutsrajya. The person who are doing their work, or who are doing so many things, they are performing sacrifices, they are doing the social works, but they are not following the shastras, the ordinance of the shastras, how we should perform the particular thing, how our action should be. If we don't know the shastras, so according to shastras we are not doing, but shraddhayanvitaha, people have shraddha, they have faith. They have faith in shastras, they have faith in Guru, they have faith in you, means in Lord. And they are doing their karma without knowing the shastras. So what will happen to them? So on behalf of us, Arjuna has asked this question to Bhagwan, because Bhagwan has concluded 16th chapter saying that Tasmat Shastram Pramadam Te, you need to follow the shastras. So Arjuna is asking here, what are these shastras? If I don't know the shastras, but I follow everything, I perform all my actions without knowing the shastras, then what it would be? Teshan nishthatika Krishna, Teshan nishtatuka Krishna, Sattvamahu Rajastamaha. Their nishtha, how you will define them? They are sattvik, rajasik, or tamasik. So Arjuna asked this question. Then Bhagwan says, Sattvik, Vyadante Sattvika Devan, Yaksharaksham Rajasaha, Pretan Bhut Garam Shanya, etc. etc. And then he is telling again and again so many things. He is dividing everything into three parts, Sattvik, Rajasik, Tamasik. And in the end, he will give the conclusion of this question also in the end. But now he is dividing everything into three parts, Sattvik, Rajasik, Tamasik. If you are doing something which is what is sattvik, what is rajasic, what is tamasic, and if you know that, then sattvik things stand for the goodness. So if you are doing your action with the sattva guna, that means you are going in right direction. And if you are going in wrong, that means you are performing actions in the rajasic way or the tamasic way. So question is, what these people will be called who don't know the shastras, but they are following with the shraddha. So Bhagwan is dividing the shraddha into three parts, sattvik, rajasik, tamasic. If your shraddha is sattvik and you don't know the shastras, then what will happen? If your shraddha is rajasik or tamasic and you don't know the shastras, or maybe you know the shastras, then what will happen? We will see here. So first Bhagwan has divided the pujan and then food also. So he has divided our food into three parts, sattvik food, rajasic food, and tamasic food. So he started with the food. Why? Because this is very, very important or significant role. There is significant role of the food in our life, because jaisa khaye ann vaisa bane man. So as we eat, our mind, our thoughts, our body will be developed in that way only. So if we are eating sattvik food, that means our body will be developed in the sattvik way. We will always have the sattvik thoughts. And that doesn't mean only, here we have two types. Last time also maybe we have discussed. So if we are saying sattvik food, so eating sattvik food, we can become more sattvik. Also, if you already like the sattvik food or rajasic food or tamasic food, then you can say I am on right path, means I like sattvik food, so that means I am little bit sattvik person. But the misunderstanding is, sometimes we think, sometimes naturally we like sattvik substance. That doesn't mean we are now fully sattvik person. Or some people may like Rajasik or Tamasik food, that doesn't mean they don't have they don't have any sattvic qualities in them, or they are fully Rajasik or Tamasic people. It is the upalakshan. It is just a indication. If you like more sattvic thing, that means you are on right path. Maybe you are more sattvic and you can become more sattvic, but that doesn't mean you are sattvic. Otherwise, if we think I like sattvic food, that means I'm very sattvic. So you will have this pride. So we don't need to carry that pride. Or if you like Rajasik or Tamasic food, that doesn't mean you don't need to regret on this thing. But daily you have to increase the sattvic thing in your plate and just reduce the Rajasik and Tamasic food from your plate. That we have to practice. So sattvic, Rajasik food and Tamasic food, Bhagwan told in detail. Now he tells about the yagya. 3 types of yagya he tells. Now, in Bhagavad-Gītā, if we see, we have very large description of yagya. Even in 4th chapter, Dravya yagya tapo yagya, yoga yagya tatha pare, swadhya yagyana yagyascha, yatayas samshritavvrataha. So we have 12 types of yagya described in 4th chapter, Karma Sannyasa Yoga. So in that chapter, we have 12 types of yagya. Now here, and also we have Panch Mahayagyas. So that is Pitra Yagya, Bhut Yagya, etc. So we have many definitions of yagyas. Here we can say the yagya means the duty we are doing, or the yagya is the sacrifice or the havan we do. That is also the yagya. We have fire and we have samidha, etc. That is also the yagya. So if we see, so yagya, whatever you have read about the yagya, that is okay. But here we will take the word yagya and it will change according to the sattvik, rajasic and tamasic guna. So whatever definition you have in your mind, that should be valid. But if you have any definition, that is fine. So here when Bhagwan talks about the yagya, doesn't mean only havan or doesn't mean only only our duties, but we will take these 2 things now to understand the 3 gunas and its effect on yagyas. So first he says, aphala kankshibhir yagnyo vididrashto ya ijyate yashtavyamiveti manas samadhaya sa sattvikaha. First he says, aphala kankshibhir yagyo. Now the first he starts with without having any personal motive, without having any other personal desire behind the action. If we are performing our yagya or our sacrifice or anything, that is your sattvik yagya. First adjective he uses, aphalakankshi bhir yagya. Now the Learngeeta program, you see, this is sometimes also we say in opening ceremonies, you must have heard this word mahayagya. The Learngeeta program is the Geeta yagya or Mahayagya. Now put your ahuti, give your ahuti as a sevi, as a Geeta volunteer. So like aphala kankshi bhir yagyo, here we have 8,000 volunteers, even more than 8,000 volunteers from morning till night. They are continuously working. They are giving their sevas. Sometimes even we call in night and we ask to do something. So they do that. So they don't have this feeling that I am going to get something in back. They don't have any personal desire. They don't have any personal intention to do this work. They are running classes, Zoom classes. They are teaching Geeta. They are coordinating with the groups. They are doing so many things according to their time, according to their intelligence. They are giving multiple sevas, but they don't ask anything in back. So that is sattvik yagya. We are doing some sacrifice. We are doing some yagya. We are doing even the havan, not for ourselves, but for the society. And even Swamiji says the Bhagavad-Gītā work or the work of Learngeeta or the Geeta Pariwar's work, it is not for the society, but it is for us. If we are teaching Geeta or if we are speaking something on Geeta, that will not affect other people. Maybe it will not affect other people, but it will certainly affect you. So this is for your own sadhana. This is for our own sadhana. So we as a human being, we have to do some sadhana to achieve that spiritual path, to complete our spiritual journey. We should do some sadhana, because the purpose of our life, our as a human being, is to achieve that ultimate happiness, to go beyond these three gunas. And for that we need purification of mind. Many times wrong thoughts come in our mind. We know this is wrong, but still we do. We know this is right, but still we don't do. We have these things every time in everyone's life. We have to experience these things. Now, if your mind is more purified, then if you have 5 situations or 10 times this situation comes, then maybe 8 times you will choose the right path, and 2 times maybe it could be wrong path also. So as your sattva guna increases, then you start choosing right path. And how the sattva guna will increase? When you have purified your mind. You have purification of your mind. How to purify your mind? So when you are doing your actions, your sacrifice, your yagya, your work for the sake of God, not for your personal motives. And when you learn to sacrifice the fruit, the consequences of your action, then you slowly purify your mind. And your actions are only for the purification of your mind. And once you get purified your mind, you will get rid of all the sorrows, all the pains. But this is the long journey. We have to run, we have to walk slowly. So in Geeta Pariwar also, many of us have this thing, like there are trainers, they teach you. You ask multiple times, 5 times, 10 times, but they don't feel angry. They are just calm and cool. It is not every time with them. Maybe in their houses they are not that much calm, but here in the classes they are practicing to be cool, to be calm. Even people are multiple times asking same question, and maybe it could be the reason of their irritation, but they are still calm. So this is how they are doing practice. They are not getting anything back, but still they are practicing. So this is how in Geeta Pariwar and Learngeeta program we are getting the spiritual growth. So first Bhagwan mentions aphala kankshibhir yagyo. Without seeking the fruit of your action, if you are doing your yagya, your sacrifice, your karma, your actions, that is sattvik. Then the second adjective he says vidhi drashto ya ijjate. Vidhi drashto. According to the shastras, vidhi and nishedh, we have 2 words in shastras. Vidhi, what we should do. Nishedh, what we should not do. So in Vedas, we have 6 types of karma: Nitya Naimittik Prayashchit Upasana, and then we have Nitya Naimittik Prayashchit Upasana, and Kamya and Nishidha. These 6 kinds of karma we have. So Nitya Naimittik we have to do. Nitya karmas are like Sandhya Vandan. In morning we have to do some kind of ritual, some kind of puja we have to perform. That is our Nitya karma as a householder, as a grihastha-ashrami. So if we are householder, this is must, like we should wake up in morning and we should do some kind of puja. And then naimittik is like sometimes we have to do some certain things when in certain situations, like in Chandra Grahan, Surya Grahan. After completing that, we have to take bath, or we have to do japa during the Chandra Grahan. So that is naimittik karma. Because of some particular reason, because of some particular situation or nimitta, we have to perform particular action. That is called naimittik karma. And then we have karmic karma. If we want to fulfill our desire, we have karmic karma. In Vedas, we have many karmic karmas like yagya, shen yag, or you say jateshti yag. Jateshti and Shen, both the karmic karmas also. So Jateshti yag, if you want to have the kid, then people perform this Jateshti yag, and after that they get fulfilled their desire. So they are performing some action to fulfill their desire. That is kamya karma. And Bhagwan says we should reduce this kamya karma. It is not like we are going to get any sin, but still if we are not doing much kamya karma, that would be good. That will raise our sattvik guna and we can easily go beyond to these 3 gunas. But still, kamya karma is not nishiddha karma. Nishiddha karma, what we should not do according to Vedas. Kamya karma we can do. For householders, it is allowed. But nishiddha karma we should not do. What are these nishiddha karma? Like Brahman hanan or go hanan. So killing the cow or killing the Brahman or any wrong things like we have Bhagwan has mentioned in the 16th chapter, or the demonic entities, dambho, darpo, bhimanash, chakrodha, parushyameva cha, etc. So these are the things which we should avoid every time. These are the asuri gunas, these are the nishiddha karma we should avoid. If we are doing some nishiddha karma, it means we are going to get some sin. Now nishiddha karma, we have upasana and then prayashchit. Prayashchit, the penance, we have done some sin and now we are regretting, so we are performing some kind of penance, that is prayashchit karma, like Chandrayan Vrat. So people have these kind, and then Shandilya, Vidya, etc. are the upasana karma. So these are the deep topic, we will not go there. So nitya naimittik, so here vidhi drashto ya ijjate, vidhi means what we should do. So all the nitya and naimittik karmas are the vidhi. Or vidhi also means the particular action we are doing, how we should do according to Vedas. So that is vidhi. If we are doing according to Vedas, that means we are following the vidhi. Vidhi means the order or the order of the Vedas we are following. Vidhi drashto ya ijjate yashtavyameveti manaha. Yashtavyam, this is my duty and I have to perform that. So when we are doing our karmas or our every action with this feeling that this is my duty and I have to do this, this is my responsibility, I cannot get rid of it. Yashtavyam ev iti manha. And when we have this view in our mind and we are performing some yagya, some karma, some action, that is defined as sattvik karma. Yashtavyameveti manas. So when we have sense of duty or responsibility towards our karma, towards our actions, and we are performing the action, then this is called sattvik karma. So what are the 3 major things? So afalakankshi bhiryagyo, we should not afalakankshi. We should not have the desire for the consequence of our action. Whatever will happen, it will happen according to Bhagwan. I am just doing my duty for the sake of God, for purification of mind, because it is in my way, so I'm just performing that karma. I'm not attached to it action. Sarva karma phalatyagam prahustyagam vichakshanaha. In 12th chapter also Bhagwan said many times, even dhyanat karma phalantyagas. Bhagwan says in 12th chapter, dhyanat, we are meditating, we are doing so many things, but the biggest thing is to follow this thing that you are not attached with your karma phala. Karma phala tyag. You are renouncing the fruit or the consequences of your action. That is the biggest sadhana, you can say. So sarva karma phalatyagam. So here also Bhagwan says aphalakankshi bhir yagyo vidhi drishto, according to vidhi, according to Vedas. Yashtavyameveti manaha, this is my duty, so I have to perform that, I should do this. So yashtavyameveti manas samadhaya sa sattvika, and this is called the sattvik way of performing yagyas or any action, any karma. Then we have next sloka, which defines the Rajasik yagya. How the Rajasik yagya is. Abhisandhayatu phalan dambharthamapi chaiva yat ijyate bharata shrestha tam yagyam vidhi rajasam. Now, abhisandhayatu phalan, just opposite to the sattvik karma. In sattvik yagya, Bhagwan says aphalakankshi yagya, without seeking its result. Now here he says abhisandhayatu phalam, with the view to with full focus on the karma phala, the desire, or there is the main focus is on our desire towards the result of our actions. So when we have some selfish motive, or when we want something out of our karma action, so abhisandhaya tu phalam, our main goal is not to perform the karma, but our main goal is to get out of this karma something, to get something, to get praise, or to get money, to anything. So when we perform our karma with this view, and then Bhagavan says dambhartham api chaiva yad dambhartham. The word dambh means hypocrisy, or when the literal meaning is dharma dhvajitvam, according to Shankaracharya ji. We are not that much dharmic person, we are adharmic by mind, but we are showing like we are a biggest dharmatma and on this entire world. Maybe in this earth nobody else is more than dharmatma, like more than me. So with this view, if we are doing some karma, with this view, if we are performing yagya or any pujan, some people go to temple daily, but not for themselves or not for Bhagwan or anything, but they are going to show others, I go to temple daily, so I can tell everyone I go to temple daily, I am a very good person. To prove that they are very good person, they are very dharmatma, so they are going to temple, they are putting tilak to show that I am very spiritual person. So they have this fancy spiritualism, sometimes they are meditating for a long time, but why they are doing, their motive is to show other people. They are just doing for public display, they are not doing for this actual, what is the actual purpose behind this ritual or behind this action. They are not seeing that purpose, they are just doing for the public display or to show others. So that is called dambha. Dambhartham, for the dambha, if they are doing their karma. So abhisandhaya tu phalam, for the with the view of result of the action, they are majorly focused on the result of the action. And then dambhartham api chaivayad, for showing other people they are doing their action. And then ijyate bharatashreshtha tam yagyam vidhi rajasam. Ijyate bharatashrestham. So then these people who perform in this way, tam yagyam vidhi rajasam, this yagya you know as Rajasik yagya. This is called Rajasik yagya. So if you are performing this kind of work or the actions, then you will show dukkha shoka maya pradaha. These will be giving you sorrows, pains, and amaya, so many rog and all these, like psychologically you will be ill. So they will give you these results, like negative impacts you will feel. So Vidhi, now the Tamasik Yagya Bhagwan will start. So he will tell what are the Tamasik Yagya. So this is that first he says sattvik, aphalakangshi bhir yagyo, and then he says Rajasik, abhisandhaya tu phalam. Then now he will tell about the Tamasik Yagya. Vidhihinam asrishtannam mantrahinam adakshinam Shraddha virahitam yagyam tamasam parichakshate. Now he says vidhihinam asrishtannam. First he mentions vidhi drashto yajyate, according to vidhi, according to Vedas. Now he says vidhihinam. Without the vidhi, without the Vedas, how this action should be performed according to Vedas, they are not following at all. Because these are the Tamasik people. So Bhagwan is telling about the characteristics of Tamasik people and the Tamasik actions. So vidhihinam, first he says, they are not seeing the Vedas, they are not seeing the shastras, they are just doing for themselves, and they are just performing because they have to perform because of some reason. So they are doing, so vidhihinam, they are not following the Vedas. And then asrishtannam. Generally, when we perform some kind of yagya, in the end of the yagya, we should distribute some anna, some food among the brahmanas or the poor people who come to the yagya. But this type of yagya, this is called the Tamasik yagya. Here, people, they don't distribute any annam, because they are the Tamasik people. They know how to take from the society, but they don't know how to give to the society. So giving, they don't know. That's why they are not distributing food in the end of the yagya. Or there could be many reasons, because maybe they are lazy and they are not doing this service. Sometimes we have time, we have money, we want to do, but we are very much lazy, so we don't want to do anything. We don't want to, even we have money, we can just do GPay, we can send for the good things, but we don't want to do because we are very much lazy. We even don't want to do the little typing on the mobile. We don't want to move our fingers. So this much laziness comes in our mind. So we just become Tamasik people. So these people, Tamasik people, they don't distribute annam. That is also Tamasik yagya. And then mantrahinam adakshinam, mantrahinam, because they are lagging with the time. There is only half an hour, but if Panditji, if he will recite all the mantras, he will chant all the mantras, it will take 1 hour, 2 hours. So they say, okay, just go little fast and don't complete all the mantras. It is okay. Or you just do all the mantras in your mind only, and just do the things fast. So sometimes we also do these things. So mantrahinam, it will become mantrahinam without mantras. Without mantras doesn't mean even not a single mantra was chanted. So if we think like there are 10 mantras to be chanted in the particular action or yagya, but we are chanting only 2 mantras, that is also called mantrahinam, without mantras, because we are not completing all the mantras. So mantrahinam adakshinam. Now mantrahinam, they are not properly chanting all the mantras. And then adakshinam without dakshina, without giving anything to the Panditji. What happens? We sometimes fix with the Panditji, like in the end, this much dakshina we will give to you, 10,000 or 5,000 we will give to you. Now, in previous time it was not happening, but nowadays it is okay. Everyone is doing, because the culture is like that. So we are also following. Now, when we are fixing 5,000, 10,000, in the end, what happens when we actually have to give the dakshina to Panditji? Some people start fighting, because you have chanted half of the mantras and we have taken 1 hour, but now it has completed in half an hour, because mantrahinam, it was mantrahinam, you have chanted only half mantras. So now we should give you half dakshina only. So 5 minutes before we were doing pranams to this Panditji, and now after 5 minutes we are just started fighting with the Panditji. So adakshinam, we are not doing proper dakshina, or the person who came, he is not happy, he is not satisfied. That shouldn't happen in yagya. So any kind of yagya or anything, if someone is coming to you in your house as a guest or anyone, he should go with the satisfied mind. If he's not satisfied, that means you are not successful now. So it will also call the Tamasik yagya, mantrahinam adakshinam, without mantras, without dakshina. Shraddha virahitam yagyam, shraddha virahitam, without shraddha. Now Bhagwan says without shraddha, without faith. They don't believe in the Vedas, they don't believe in shastras, they don't believe in God, they don't believe even this ritual, but they are just doing because of there is some social construction, like people have to do this, so they are just following because their elders are doing, their ancestors have done before. So just they are doing because they are in this tradition, so they are performing the yagyas, but they don't believe in that. They don't believe in anything. That's why vidhihinam, without the accordance of the Vedas, they are performing their karma, because they don't believe in the yagya, they don't believe in this action. So shraddha virahitam yagyam, they don't have faith in God, they don't have faith in shastras. So this type of yagya is also called Tamasik yagya. So if you don't have Shraddha, so whatever you do is Tamasik now. Whatever means Vidhihinam, Asishtanam, Mandravihinam, Adakshinam, like that. If you are performing without Shraddha, then it will become your Tamasik yagya. So these are the characteristics of Tamasik yagya. Now Bhagwan will tell about the tapa. There are 3 types of tapas also. So Bhagwan here he will collectively tell about 9 types of tapas. So 3 sattvik, rajasik, tamasic tapas. Then he will divide on the level of body, on the level of your vak, vani or speech, and at the level of your mind. So 3 levels he will tell about the tapas. So we have 9 types of tapas. So shariram tap, the tapas which are done by your body are 3 types, sattvik, rajasik, tamasic. Then your manasik tapas, the tapas which are done by your mind are 3 types, sattvik, rajasik, tamasic. And then vachik tapas, the tapas which you have to do with your speech, these are also 3 types, sattvik, rajasik, and tamasic tapas. So now sattvik tapas, what are these 3 types of tapas? So first he will describe the sharirik tapas. What are the tapas which we have to do with the body? Deva dvijaguru pragya pujanam shauchamarjavam brahmacharyamahimsa cha shariran tapa uchyate. First he says Deva dvijaguru pragya. Dev, all the deities. What are the deities? So all the Vedic deities, majorly Indra, Agni, Varun, Pusha, all these Vedic deities. So Dev. And then Dvija. What are these Dvija? Dvija who have born 2 types. So they have 2 births. Means like the Brahman. For specifically we use for the Brahmanas this word Dvija. Because once they have born from the mother, and another time when they have Upanayan Sanskar, it is believed that they are getting next birth. So Deva Dvija. Dvija means they are getting 2 births in one life only. So Deva Dvija. So they are getting 2 births. Now Guru Pragya. What are the Guru? Guru, one who preaches us. So Guru, preacher. And then Pragya. Pragya means the intelligent people, the Vidwan people in the society. Now here the word comes Pragya and Dvija separate. Why? Dvijas are the Brahman. But it is not in our culture that only Brahmans are studying. Only Brahmans have the adhikara or the right to study. That's why separately Bhagwan has mentioned Pragya, intelligent person. Brahmanas are not only Pragya, but other people can also be the Pragya or intelligent people. So Deva Dvija Guru Pragya, one who have the intelligence, one who is Pragyashil, one who knows the ethics, one who knows the shastras. That these people are called Pragya. And every time Pragya, the Vidwan people, the scholars are all time pujaniya. We should have faith in them. We should always try to worship these people. So whom to worship? Dev, all the deities, Dvij, Brahmanas, Guru or preacher, and the Pragya. Pragya means all the intelligent or Vidwan people in the society. Pujanam, Shaucham. So Pujanam for all these people, and then Pujanam, Shaucham, the purity. So there are 2 types of purity, your internal purity and your external purity. For the spiritual path, it is very necessary or important to have both the purities. So purity of body, we know we are very hygienic. We from morning we just take bath. We follow all the things nowadays, but internal purity is also has the same importance. Because internal purity means not having any vikaras in your mind. If you are having any desire, ichha, dvesh, rag, kam, krodh, any desire, anger, lobh, greed, so all these vikaras shouldn't have in your mind. You will have some vikaras, but you just try to reduce that vikaras. So as you reduce your vikaras, your mind will become pure. So you will get the internal purity. So external and internal purity, shaucham. Shaucham means the purity. And then arjavam. Arjavam means rijita, straightforwardness. You are as it is, you are speaking as it is, or you are doing as it is what you think. Some people are very clever. They think something else, they will say something else, and they will do something else. So we should not do this thing. That's why Bhagavan says straightforwardness or arjavam. We should have, this is the sharirik tapa. Sometimes we want to show whatever is there inside us, but we don't want to show because of many reasons. We have some perceptions in our mind. If I will show this thing, people will judge me, or people will make they have thousands of reasons behind this. But as we are doing, we are not listening those reasons. These are just the excuses made by your mind, and thinking this thing, and we are just reducing all these excuses, and we are showing whatever insight we are showing in our action, we are speaking. So it becomes your sharirik tapa. Now the tapa means it is only about the mind. If you are controlling your mind, if you are able to control your mind, that is the param tapa. Because every tapa, shariran tapa, manasik or kaik, any tapa, if you are doing, you will find the difficulty inside your mind only. Because sharirik tap also is not much harder. Because if you have to take bath early in the morning for the shaucham, suppose we will take one word, shaucham. Shaucham means we have cleanliness, bodily cleanliness. Now for that we have to wake up in the morning and we have to take bath. Now for some people it could be difficult. So if they are doing this, will become their sharirik tapa. But still at the same time, for the same person, there is some motivation, there is some fun element or anything. Sometimes it happens, and the taking bath in the morning becomes fun for them. So taking bath is not a problem. Your body is not a problem, but your mind is the problem. You have some perception, you will feel cold or you will feel this, that. So because of that, you don't want to do this tapas, the tapas at the level of body, the tapas which is performed by the body. Also, you don't want to do because of your mind. Your mind is restricting you. So all the tapas depends on our mind only. As we start controlling our mind, manaso nigraha. If we do we should have, if we have control over the mind, then we can do any tapas. So Shankaracharya very beautifully he describes in a shlok, patho hi koyo vishayanuragi ko va vimukto vishaye viraktaha ko vasti ghoro narakaswadehas krishnakshaya sarga padam kimasti. So Bhagavan he has asked, what is the who is bound? Who is bound with the sansara? So Vishayanuragi, the person who has so much attachment with the worldly objects, that is the person who is in real meaning, he is bound with the sansara. And then he is bound with the sansara. Kova vimukto vishaye viraktaha. The person who once get detachment with from the worldly objects, that person will be free. This person is called free. And kovasti ghoro narakaswadeham. What is the narak? What is the swarg? So narakaswadeham, our own body is the hell. Our own body is the narak. And what is the swarg? What is the heaven? So krishnakshaya, if we don't have any desire, if we don't have desire, that is the param swarg. That is the heaven. Just imagine your mind, if from morning, whenever you have some anxiety, whenever you have tension, whenever you have frustration, whenever you have depression, all the negative feelings, if you have it, if you possess it, you just try to operate the feeling, and you will find the reason of your frustration, the reason of your all the negative feelings is your desire. If you don't have desire, you will not have a single negative feeling in your mind, in your heart. So Krishnakshaya, if the desire will be vanished from your mind, all the negative feelings will be vanished. So Bhagavan is saying, this Krishnakshaya Sarga Padam Kimasti, Shankaracharya ji says. So tapas is all about your mind. If your mind doesn't have Krishna, Ichha or the desire, you will have all the happiness, or you can do any tapas. So Brahma, now the Deva, Dijaguru, Pragya, Pujanam, Shaucham, Arjavam, all the cleanliness, and Arjavam, the straightforwardness, and then Brahmacharya, Mahimsa cha, Brahmacharya. If we are following the Brahmacharya, the person, the literal meaning is the person who thinks about the Brahman, the Param Tattva of this entire universe, always, constantly, that is called Brahmachari. But we use this word for the people who have just entered in the Brahmacharya ashram, who are just going to do sannyasa maybe sometime. We use this word for them. Why? Because anytime, if you go to any school, if you go to any college, any institution, let's say you are going for the engineering college. So as you get admitted in your house, people will say engineer, you are the engineer. You have not got any degree yet, but people will say you. So similarly, the person who has started started practicing to have control over their sense organs, to have some control over their mind, we start saying Brahmachari. That doesn't mean he is always thinking about the Brahman, but he is trying to trying to control his mind. He's trying to control his sense organs. So Brahmacharya Mahimsa. So Brahmacharya, basically the meaning is trying to control your sense organs, control your mind. Brahmacharya Mahimsa cha, ahimsa, at the level of speech, mind and action. You are following non-violence. What is non-violence? What is ahimsa? Ahimsa, sometimes people ask in Bhagavad-Gītā, Bhagavan say, Tasmad Yuddhasva Bharata. Oh Arjuna, go and fight. Go and kill the opposite people, the opposition people who are in opposition. So Bhagavan is saying to do war, to fight. That is, he is saying to do hinsa, to perform violence. But it is not like that. So sometimes doctor who is giving injection to a small kid, that doesn't mean he is becoming violent to that kid. But he is performing his duty. Now this is the duty for the Arjuna, to fight against the Kauravas. That's why Bhagavan is saying to do that. So this is not the himsa. Ahimsa means you are detached with the action. You are detached with the fruit of the action. You don't want to do something wrong with the people. Your intention is clean. Your intention is pure. You are just doing your action. So ahimsa, at the level of speech, you are not speaking anything which will cause the bad feeling for the other person, or you will not to think even something wrong about other people, or you will not do anything which will harm other people. So that is called ahimsa. You are not doing, you are not speaking, you are not thinking anything wrong for the other people. Is called ahimsa. Shariram tapa uchyate, and these are called the shariram tapas, which are performed with the help of body. And then vangmayam tapa uchyate, anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat swadhyayabhyasanam chaiva vangmayam tapa uchyate. So I think we can see this Vangmaya tap and Manasik tap next time. So for with this we can conclude this session, and from next time we will see further shlokas. So Shraddha Traya Vibhag Yog, we are seeing 3 types of Shraddha: Sattvik, Rajasik, Tamasik Shraddha, and how it affects in human life, how it affects on your mind, how it is every time you can see in your life there are 3 gunas: sattvik, rajasik and tamasic gunas. Every time we will do little sankirtanam and we will conclude the session. Hari Sharanam, Hari Sharanam, Hari Sharanam, Hari Sharanam, Hari Sharanam, Hari Sharanam, Hari Sharanam. हरि शरणं 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 हरि शरणं. जय श्री कृष्ण.
I extend my heartfelt gratitude to respected Kavita Didi for the wonderful and thought-provoking session. She has beautifully explained the different kinds of tapas, and her presentation was enlightening, and the insights imparted, they were great, and they gave us a profound knowledge. Now it's a time of the question answer session, and those who have questions, I request them to kindly raise their hands.
जी दीदी.
Yes, so first it is Pavanji.
Kavita Didi is just coming in a minute.
Okay. Okay. Meanwhile, you all should note down that the new sessions they are starting from 11th of April 2025, and you can spread the news to those who to your near and dear ones and your friends and relatives who are interested in joining the session. They can all join from joingeeta.com. Yeah, I think Kavita Didi has arrived.
Yes, we can start. Sorry. Jai Shri Krishna everyone.
जय श्री कृष्ण.
Jai Shri Krishna Didi.
Ji,
So we'll first we have Pavanji. Please unmute yourself, Pavanji.
you have to unmute your mic.
Pavanji, we cannot hear you. Unmute yourself. Yeah,
Can
thank
you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
दीदी, can I ask in Hindi also?
जी जी भैया बिल्कुल.
दीदी, जो आपने तृष्णाक्षया वाला जो श्लोक बोला था, एक बार फिर से सुना दो प्लीज.
तृष्णाक्षया कौन सा बोला था?
कोवा निषिद्ध.
अच्छा, जो शंकराचार्य जी का था.
जी जी जी.
उसमें ऐसा बोला गया है कि स्वर्ग क्या है, तो तृष्णाक्षया स्वर्ग सर्व पदम स्वर्ग ऐसा करके है उसका श्लोक. एक सेकेंड मैं दे देती हूँ.
जी. ये कौन सा स्तोत्र है शंकराचार्य का?
स्तोत्र नहीं है भैया, ये किंवदंती है. तो
अच्छा.
रैंडमली बहुत सारे लोगों ने, जैसे बहुत सारी अलग अलग रचनाएं हैं उनकी, और नोट करके रखी हैं. तो ये अलग से आता है कि इस प्रकार का एक वर्णन मिलता है जब उनसे पूछा गया कि असली में स्वर्ग क्या है, तो उन्होंने वहां पर बताया कि तृष्णाक्षया. तो जब तृष्णाओं का सभी प्रकार की क्षय हो जाए तो वहीं पर सबसे बड़ा वो हमारा स्वर्ग होता है.
तो
तृष्णा.
दीदी, इस श्लोक के 4 पद थे ना?
जी जी. तो पहले और तीसरे पद में क्वेश्चन है, और दूसरे और चौथे चरण में आंसर है उसका.
दीदी, प्लीज रिपीट इट वंस
हाँ,
मोर टाइम.
मैं आपको रिपीट करती हूँ एक सेकंड के लिए. तब तक दूसरा क्वेश्चन ले लेते हैं, मैं रिपीट.
जी.
जी.
विष्णु प्रिया दीदी.
वीडियो स्टार्ट नहीं हो रहा है उनका.
Vishnu Priya Didi, please start your video.
जय श्री कृष्ण दीदी.
जय श्री कृष्ण.
13th श्लोक जो विधिहीन विधिहीन होता है, वो उसका बाद जो मसुष्टान है, मसुष्टान का मतलब थोड़ा मुझे समझे.
कौन से श्लोक में आपने दीदी बोला?
13 श्लोक है. 13 नंबर.
सात्विकम
मसुष्टान का मतलब थोड़ा
अष्टान्नम, यानी कि अन्न जो होता है यज्ञ में, अंत में अन्न का डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन करना होता है. सो वी हैव टू डिस्ट्रीब्यूट अन्न एट द एंड ऑफ यज्ञ. बट इफ वी आर नॉट डूइंग, दैट इज कॉल्ड असृष्टान्नम. दैट मीन्स वी आर नॉट डूइंग the anna, the vitaran of anna. We are not distributing anna among the people or among the brahman.
थैंक यू, धन्यवाद दीदी।
जी.
रमेश भैया।
जी दीदी, जय श्री कृष्णा। दीदी, 17th अध्याय, दिस fifth and sixth श्लोका, अशास्त्रवितं घोरं तप्यन्ते ये तपो जनाः and कर्षयन्तः शरीरस्थं भूतग्राममचेतसः.
जी.
So in this, can you explain, because this you did not take, कर्षयन्तः शरीरस्थं mean do
Like harming your body or torturing your body, which is not described in shastras. That means the shastras are not saying that you do this practice, but people are doing this. They are just assuming in their mind that I should do this particular practice, which is not described in the shastras exactly, but they are doing with their mind. So that is called a shastra vihitam ghoram, and that is called karshayanta. You are torturing your body, you are torturing your sense organs, which are not described in the shastras.
like some people do, extreme fasting, they do not eat, they do not drink.
Yes, if they are not eating, they are not doing, and in this process or this particular practice is described in the shastra, that is okay. But if it is not described in the shastras and you are doing just randomly, you are choosing this practice and doing, this is called karshayanta sharirastham.
Then you are doing harm to the indwelling God.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you, Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Pushpa Didi, open your video, please. Yeah. Jai Shri Krishna Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna.
हेलो, जय श्री कृष्ण। कैन यू हेयर मी? हाँ
जी जी।
हाँ, मैं क्या है, बहुत बार वो काकी जी का वीडियो भी जो है माना ये पूरा सुनती रहती हूँ, और वो देख के भी पीडीएफ निकाल के भी माना उसको बार बार बोलती हूँ। उस समय तो मैं जब इंडिविजुअली एक एक बोलती हूँ, जैसे त अच्छा कुछ करके, तो वो फिर भी ठीक। फिर जब एक साथ मैं बोलती हूँ ना, तो बहुत बार बोलने के बाद भी मेरे प्रोनाउंसिएशन है ना, वो माना करेक्ट नहीं आते हैं, बहुत माना तो उसके लिए क्या करना?
इसके लिए हमें क्या है कि बार बार छोटे छोटे से लेकर प्रैक्टिस करनी होती है। लाइक आपने केवल जो एक क्लास में हम लोग ऑडियो भेजते हैं, जैसे अभिसंधाय तु फलम, तो अभिसंधाय ऐसा बोले, तु फलन ये बोले, तो ऐसा
हाँ, उस पर मैं उनको दीदी जो 3-3 श्लोक होते हैं ना, वो एक एक इंडिविजुअली माना आता है, फिर मैं उनके साथ उनको 2-3 बार सुन के फिर बोलती हूँ। उस समय आई एम फीलिंग के मुझे माना सेटिस्फेक्शन है कि मैं अच्छे से गा लेती हूँ। पर जब मैं माना भेजती हूँ ना उसमें ग्रुप में, तो माना बहुत सारा लगता है, उसको मैं भेजने से पहले सुनती भी हूँ, पर आई एम फीलिंग के इट इज करेक्ट प्रोनाउंसिएशन। फिर वो जब भेजती हूँ, फिर वो जब सर माना करेक्ट भैया करेक्ट करके भेजते हैं, तब पता चलता है कि अगेन आई एम माना रिपीटिंग डूइंग द सेम मिस्टेक। वो बहुत मेहनत भी करते हैं सर। तो मैंने इसीलिए वो भी सोचा कि कभी जैसे फर्स्ट लेवल भी चलता रहता है, तो 2 बार हम उसको अटेंड कर सकते हैं क्लास।
बिल्कुल,
तो
आप कई बार कर सकते हैं। इवन आशु भैया तो बोलते हैं ये 18 बार हमको पूरा L1 to L4 करना चाहिए कम से कम। तो क्योंकि गीता है, केवल पढ़ना और उसका ज्ञान प्राप्त करना एक बात है, पर उसको जीवन में लाना जो मेन बात है, और वो आना बहुत कठिन होता है। तो लोग अपना जीवन पूरे निकाल देते हैं, कई सारे जीवन, और उसके बाद कहीं वो जीवन में आना थोड़ा थोड़ा शुरू होती है। तो इसलिए आशु भैया का तो यही सजेशन रहता है कि पूरा जीवन भर कैसे इससे जुड़े रहें, तो किसी ना किसी बहाने से L1 to L4 कर।
वो हाँ, वो आए हुए माना माना उसके साथ जुड़ी रहूंगी। मुझे तो वही मैंने बताया ना, मुझे तो लगता है कि 2 बैच में भी जोड़ना पड़े भाई। जैसे L2 कर रही हूँ, पर L1 का मुझे ऐसे लगता है मेरा प्रोनाउंसिएशन ठीक हो जाए, तो मैं माना अपने आप वो कंटेस्ट करके वो एग्जाम देके मैं भी माना जैसे सिखाने के लिए रेडी रहती हूँ। तो मेरे को इसलिए पहले मैं अपना तो करेक्ट कर लूँ, तब देन आई विल टीच ना दूसरों को।
राइट।
हाँ, तो ठीक है ना, थैंक यू।
ये किसी ने भी स्वर्ग और ये वाला पूछा था। अभी एग्जैक्टली मुझे श्लोक नहीं आ रहा है तुरंत, बट आपको उसका मीनिंग बता देती हूँ कि स्वर्ग क्या है और नरक क्या है, ऐसा पूछा था। तो स्वदेहम नरकः स्वदेह, तो व्यक्ति का देह ही उसका नरक है असली में। और तृष्णा क्षय, जो तृष्णा है हमारी इच्छाएं उनका क्षय हो जाना, नाश हो जाना, वही असली स्वर्ग है। इसका ऐसा मीनिंग था, बट एग्जैक्टली अभी मुझे स्वर्ग वर्सेस का वो अनुपूर भी पूरी नहीं याद आ रही है। अनम्यूट करना होगा भैया।
पवन भैया, unmute yourself.
And it was something विषयानुरागी।
विषयानुरागी यानी कि विषय में जिसकी बहुत ज्यादा अटैचमेंट है, उसी को बोला है कि तृष्णाक्षय, यानी विषय से अनुराग ना होकर उसका विराग हो जाए, विषयानुराग।
कोवा
कोवा
and कोवा
बद्धा, कोवा बद्धा कहा,
कोवा बद्धा विषयानुरागी।
कोवा बद्धा विषयानुरागी, कौन
को
बंधन में बंधा हुआ है? तो जो विषय से अनुराग रखता है यानी अटैचमेंट है जिसके, वो असली में इस पूरी दुनिया से बंधा हुआ है। कोवा बद्धा विषयानुरागी ही। इसके
and
बाद
कोवा विमुक्तः।
कोवा मुक्तः विषय से विमुख जो हो गया है, ऐसा इसका आंसर है। तो मतलब कौन विमुख, कौन असली मायने में लिबरेट है, जो जिसको मोक्ष मिल गया है कह सकते हैं, कौन है जो स्वतंत्र है, तो वो यानी कि जिसका भी ये विषय से विमुखता हो गई है, वो मुक्त है असली मायने।
It was very very good श्लोक दीदी।
जी। मैं देखती हूँ, ये पीडीएफ अभी हमारी विवेचन वाली आएगी, तो उसमें हम लिख कर ये डाल देंगे।
थैंक यू सो मच दीदी।
जय श्री कृष्ण।
No more questions, Didi. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to you, Kavita Didi, for the wonderful, knowledgeable question answer session. It's a challenge and practice to apply the deep learning imparted by you in our lives. I would also like to thank each and every one of the GÍTA sadhaks for attending this session, and we'll be meeting again in the next week's enlightening session. I also thank the hardworking, very vigilant technical team for their continuous efforts in making the session a great success. Now, I invite Girija Dharji for the ending prayer. She is from Ghaziabad. She is a homemaker. She is a technical assistant in GÍTA Pariwar. She is also given seva in the calling support department. She joined GÍTA Pariwar in July 2024. Welcome, Girija Didi.
योगेशं सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेवं वजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु।
Thank you, Girija Didi, for the beautiful melodious prayer. It is the time to wind up the session now with the chanting of Hanuman Chalisa. Jai Shri Krishna.
गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारी बरन रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र ध्वजा विराजय कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजय शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबेको आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबेको रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिंहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीनी बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही समभाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिंसा जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कभी को बिन कही सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर पल जानु प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होतन आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपै तीनों लोक हाकते कापै भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै महावीर जब नाम सुनावै नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै चारों जुग प्रताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नो निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा जो सुमिरै हनुमत बल बीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़ हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय।